Good morning, everybody. Valerie Ling here. I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm also the owner of a business by the name of Center for Effective Living, pastor's wife and mum of two teenagers. Hi, how are you this morning? I live in Sydney and it is a bit of a drizzly, rainy spring morning today. Listen, when it comes to the question of Valerie, how do you maintain balance? How do you actually keep things going when you do so much? And sometimes people worry about me. Good morning, Alex. The answer is through discipline, through intention, a lot of grace, a lot of humility, and self-compassion. But here's the thing: when you do make the time to pull back, to reflect, to stop, to pace, you actually can do more. This morning, I was given a shopping list by my family, and usually I would wave them off and say, WhatsApp me the list, right? Because I'm probably going to forget everything. But today I realized that my brain was a lot freer and there was space in there. And I said, no, I'm at an age where I actually think I need to practice my memory. Tell me the shopping list, and I will commit it to memory, and I will commit to you that I will get those things on the list. And what happens is when we actually do the work of daily letting go of stuff, releasing things, making peace with what we can and what we can't do, what's reasonable to finish and what's not reasonable to finish, listening to our body, sleeping when we have to, pacing when we need to, sitting down if we must, and moving. When we do all of that work, it's like, the computer memory cache, things just get released and you make so much more space in your brain to actually retain more, read more, give more. And so the great myth of taking care of ourselves, or great myths, the two that I hear, is that it's selfish and that it's time consuming. I have no time for that. To the first one, that is selfish, I would suggest that we are far more self-focused and far more insular when we are not coping, because the stuff that goes through our brain, through our minds, through our hearts is the stuff that condemns ourselves, that feels guilty, that feels like we're failing, like we're tripping up, that we're falling. So we are far more self-consumed when we don't do self-care. And the second about time is time expands. Here's the thing that people don't really understand or get. A minute resourced is probably 60 minutes unresourced. In other words, when you resource yourself and you make space to take care of some of the essentials, 1 minute of your time does the work of 60 minutes when you were not, when you were inefficient and when you were not being productive. And so actually putting that in first, putting that stuff in first, expands your day. I would argue exponentially, because you become far more efficient, far more productive, far more mindful, and far more attending. And one of the things that I'm finding in my individual work right now is it pretty much only takes about 2 to 3 sessions of just putting those fundamentals in for people's perspectives to just get unlocked. So here's my challenge to you. Come and join me for 3 days of perspective changing, perspective shifting, energy expanding, capacity replicating time to bounce. My self-care program coming up September 22nd. Hope to see you there.